Hello, everybody, and welcome to my podcast, Fulfillment in Faith. I am your host, Shannan Mondor. Today's episode is a continuation of my series, You Are Not the Only One. I was brought forth to do this series because during my healing from my addiction to alcohol, there were so many times that the universe had brought me to silence. And it was during those times is when I learned so many things about myself. And I was guided. I was guided to talk openly about my past, my abuse, my addiction, and most of all, to speak my truth. From those moments of silence is when we learn, we grow, and then we teach and we help others. Today, I have a very special guest. Her name is Marlene Stal Linder, and she is here to share her story. Welcome, Marlene. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine.
Marlene, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from?
Yes, I'm from Sweden. I live in south of Sweden by the sea. And I have a husband and I have 3 kids and a little dog.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So what
Yeah.
is the weather like there now?
Oh, we have had such a beautiful weather. It has been so sunny for several weeks now. So it has been like 25 degrees, and that's really a lot to be in this time of year in Sweden.
Oh, okay.
So
See, because
yeah.
here in Canada, we're in the dead of summer. What would Sweden be?
Oh, we are in the beginning of the summer. So
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
usually it has just been midsummer, and we have usually so bad weather in midsummer. It's often around middle of June, or a little bit a week later. But this year it was so warm and cozy, so it has been real hot very early in the summer.
Okay.
And the warm doesn't come until July often, so
Yeah,
really great.
we're hitting the 30 degrees here too. So it's very, very hot. And we need a lot of rain. That's all I can say.
Yeah, we had
Well,
some the other day, and we got so glad because we need rain too. So,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I am so happy that you are here with me today and to share your story with everybody. There are so many things that bring us to our stillness throughout our whole life, and we learn from those times of stillness. And I know that you have definitely learned something during your time of stillness. So I would love for you to share your story with the audience.
Thank you, Shannan. I really would like to do that. I'm going to start with a couple of years ago. I worked as a police officer. I had worked as a police officer for almost 25 years when I just felt I was done with it. I felt there was something else. I knew that was something bigger that was waiting for me. And I didn't know what it was, but I just felt it so clear. And I was so grateful for all the people that have been helping in the police force. So I really loved my job most of the times. But I got sick leave for a while because my colleague, he got retired and I didn't got anyone to replace him. So we worked as investigations at that time. Investigator, it says, and we did investigations, and the pile got bigger and bigger, and I was all alone with this. So one day in the springtime 2018, there was a woman who had helped me with some health products. She called me and she said, Marlene, I have something for you. I think you need to look at this. I have found an education, and they have 2 days that you can come up and you can just listen to them, and they're going to describe what it is. it is a method that you treat people in an alternative medicine. And I was like, what? That was really a different thing from what I have been doing, like as a police officer. So, but I was really excited, and I thought maybe this is the thing I'm going to do. So I went for those 2 days, and just after one day, I just felt that I'm going to take this education. So 2 years, I studied to Craniosacral Therapist, it's called. So it comes from osteopathic medicine. And my clients usually have stress and pain in the bodies when I treat them. And I can say that during these 2 years, that was the time where I find stillness in me, because I had so much peace that come in, because when we treated each other on the education, we just sat beside each other, and there was no music, no talking, just stillness and us. And we just put our hands on the other person's body on different places, depending on what problems they have. So that's the strongest memory I have from when I found peace really deep. And when I got into this stillness, I noticed that I have been such a doer all my life. I didn't realize that before. And I was busy most of the time, and I felt how wonderful it was when I just was with myself in this stillness. And sometimes it has been very challenging, but when I treat people, I notice that it's not a challenge at all. I love it, and I really feel connected with the whole universe when I do this, and it's so amazing. So I understood during this time that the body and the mind are so connected.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get that before, not in this way that I did during these 2 years. And I decided that I didn't just want to help people with the body, I want to help them with the mind too. I want to help them to embody these things, what we think, what we feel, because I realized that we have been so deeply programmed to believe that we only is our body and the mind and the feelings. We are none of this. We are a highly frequency light being, and we have so much potential in us. So I want to help people to remember who they really are behind all the masks that we have put on ourselves all our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And this is such a blessing to realize, because I have always felt that I was meant for something bigger, that I said in the beginning. And I know that I'm taking a place in the world, and I'm going to be on big stages, and I'm going to speak about this, because this needs to go out to people.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to tell that I took a program with Bob Proctor when I figured out that I want to work with the mind too. So thinking into results, I got with Bob Proctor, and then I took several courses with him after that.
Mm-hmm.
But since 2 years ago, I have started to realize that I want to do my only thing, my own thing about this. So the embodiment that you and I met in Kathleen Cameron's program here.
Yeah.
So I'm so grateful for that, Shannan. And that was when I found her, I realized that, yes, that's the piece I miss, the embodiment. And I want to do this first myself. And that's why I call myself a mentor, because I'm going to do this and then I want to help people and be their mentor.
Yeah. And you are a mentor. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
So when you treat your people, your clients for say that again, it's sacral.
Craniosacral therapy.
Yeah, craniosacral therapy. Yeah, I've actually
Yes.
had that done on me here in Canada, and that it works amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys do it. It,
Yeah.
well, obviously it's all energetic work for sure. But yeah, I've even seen my muscles start flickering.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
The thing is that you take the medicine, the science that we have, because I had to study that too. So I know the body, how our body function on a basic level, like the nurse do too. And you take that, and then you have the energetic thing, and you compose it. So this gets craniosacral therapy.
Well, see, and that's what a lot of people don't realize is you may be having a symptom in some area of your body, but 99.9% of the time, the symptom is just coming out there. That's not actually where it is. So say, for example, I've got a really bad sore big toe. The pain or the energy is coming through that big toe, but really it's stemming from my left shoulder.
Yeah.
And
everything
so you're getting to the
connected.
root, and you're getting to the root of the problem without any medication.
Yes.
And that's what I like about sacral cranial energy. Yeah, it's amazing. So anybody,
because everything is connected in the body.
Yeah.
And cranium is the cranium here and all the spine down to sacrum. That's where our nerve system goes, this way here. So I concentrate very much on this area here because it's so important in our body, this area. And the spinal fluid is there too. So, and what I do, I use my hands, and I have we have done this so many hours in the education that you got to feel you get so the sensitive here in the fingertips.
Oh, really?
So that's why I feel the liquid in the body, and the organs that it's a lot of movement in the body. You don't feel that, but I have trained myself to feel it with my fingertips. And the first 3 months, I didn't feel anything. I said to my teacher, I don't know this, I can't do this. And he just said, take it easy, Marlene, just continue doing it. And then one day I just started to feel, and now I can't go back because now I know how it's going to feel, how it feels. And it's so fantastic.
Yeah. So you didn't have the belief. And once you had the belief, then it came to you.
Yes, that's correct.
So you're working. So now when you heal people, you are working on all the perimeters, mind, body, and spirit is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So just looking back, your 25 years of police work, and then the experience you had when you were an investigator, then that brought you to your craniosacral energy work. what is it that you learned the most through your journey? Because there are several moments of silence that would have brought you to it. But what is the one thing that really, really stands out for you that just really resonates with your heart? The most important thing
It's
you've learned.
yeah, it's so clear. I always thought that the outside was the thing that was the most important thing, but I really understood that it comes from the inside.
Mhm.
That's so clear, because when I worked as a police officer, it 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 got 27 years, because it was in the summer 2020 I just quit. So I was still there during my education, but it doesn't matter. It's a long time anyway. But I was so focused on the outside, both private and in my job. But during this education, I realized that everything comes from inside. You decide how you're going to live your life from inside. And that's the thing I want to spread in the world, that it's not about what's around you. You change yourself from inside, and you not really change, you just remember who you are, because it is about who you are. It's not about what you know and who you know and how much money you have. It's not about that at all. It's who you are, and who do you want to represent you in the world.
Was there a pivotal moment where it really struck you, where you're like, holy shit, like I can see it so clearly now?
It was, I can't say just an exact moment, but sometime during these years, I think maybe in the middle or something, because there was it was a little course that I took, and this was so special. So I remember it so clearly. And it was about the pineal gland, to activate the pineal gland.
That's a
And
third
there
eye.
was,
That's
yes, here.
yeah.
It's so amazing. It's straight right in here. It's like very close to, it's in the third ventricle, it's called. Yeah. So it's right in here, in the middle of the brain. And there was so much information, and it was so interesting. It was one day only, but I remember I was so high on life when I came home to my family. It was Halloween, I remembered, and we had a Halloween pumpkin, and it had been there for like 2 days, and it got a little bit soaked, so it had shrunk a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
uh, the the bottom part of the mouth in the pumpkin is got like this, so it's got further out than the upper part, and it looked so funny, and I just laughed. I couldn't stop laughing. So my family said, "What have you done? Are you on drugs?" Because I couldn't stop laughing. And it was so funny, because I was high on life, and this pineal gland had been activated in me so strongly. So I was so happy. I just laughed at everything. So that was the most, yeah, what do you say?
That was a pivotal
The thing
moment.
that I remember. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's maybe it was that moment that I realized what we could do with our bodies. I could activate the pineal gland, and I just love my life, and everything is so funny, and I'm so happy. So, yeah.
So what is it that you want others to know?
Um, the thing that I said before is that I think I want to spread to the world, that we don't, we are not our bodies. We are a high frequency light being. That's the most important thing that I want to spread into the world, because often we act like we are our thoughts, we are our feelings, we are our body. But when I realized that I didn't was those things, everything shifted for me. So if you just could take that belief, nothing gets back to the same again. You are a different person just with that belief. I was that, I can tell. And like I said before, this is so important that I have learned too. It's really not what you know, it's really who you are. That's the thing that I want to spread too. And imagination, I'm gonna say, it's so much more important than knowledge. I think that quote is so amazing because it's so true.
Mhm.
Because if you can imagination things you want, and you really are there emotionally right now, everything is going to flow to you. I
Mhm.
know that.
Mhm. Yeah, everything totally stems from your imagination. And if
Yes.
you have the will and perseverance, it will, and the burning desire, it will come to you. Like that's been proven in my life over and over and over. And now that I know the secret, which you know the secret, which is the vibration
Yes.
that we give out to the world, that is the secret, everybody. The vibration that you put out into the world.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad, it will come to you.
Mm.
So you need to pay attention to your vibration. And from your vibration is a law of attraction. And
Yes.
that's huge, huge. Yeah,
Absolutely.
amazing. So where are
Yeah.
you right now in your life, Marlene?
Yeah. I'm right now in this course with Kathleen, and I'm I have had my business for a while, but I also got a business with a friend. So we have been working together, but I have decided now that I'm going to focus on my business because sometimes you, if you take on too much, nothing is going to be done. So I decided this summer I'm going to take this course with Kathleen, and I'm going to really, really dig deep and build my own program that I'm going to launch in September.
Oh, good.
So,
Congratulations.
yes,
Good for you. So you are going to be a mindset coach.
yes,
Good for you.
absolutely.
Good for you.
Uh, I call myself a mentor, but you mean the same. But
Yeah, absolutely.
I think mentor is, I like that word better. I have said that for a year now. So I want to be a mentor. I have had a mentor by myself for 1.5 years that helped me to do all this body work with myself. And we have done a lot of great stuff. So I have been digging deep in myself, and I'm so grateful for that.
I know, and it's
So,
totally life changing. And see, and that's the purpose of these podcasts, and to make it aware that, I believe everybody needs a mentor. Like
yes.
it's amazing, the
Yeah.
progress you make, once you dive deep into figuring out and discovering who you really are, because
Mm.
that is the only way that you are going to make changes in your life, is if you go into who you are. That like that
Yes.
that's just amazing. That's amazing. So is there any final words that you want to tell the audience? If somebody wants to get a hold of you regarding your business, oh, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you do your um business, like, can you do it from a distance or anything like that, or do they have to come in person to see you?
No, I can do it on distance. Even the treatment, I decided that I'm going to do that on distance. Like 2 years ago, I started with that.
Right.
So
Okay.
I do that too, and it works.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
because I know that because Reiki, like all these different ones, you
Yeah.
can all do online. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you need the permission and, so you would do it with the
Yeah.
person over Zoom and yeah. Yeah. Because I know that you can do all of that. Right. But I didn't know if you yourself particularly, because some practitioners, they don't like doing it over Zoom. Right.
No.
So that's good to know. So that's why I need to ask the question, which is amazing.
Yes. And the method is not supposed to be, it's supposed to be physic and that you see the client, but I didn't care about that. So I tried and it worked.
And it worked.
I
Yeah.
had a woman that had tinnitus, like the ringing thing in the ears.
Mm,
And yes, 2 treatments and it was gone.
okay.
And I was on distance. Yeah.
Because it's so funny because the individual that I interviewed earlier, she's got ringing in her ears that she's had for years. And
Okay.
yeah, you know what? I'm going to refer her to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That,
am like this.
yeah.
Yeah, this isn't a coincidence either, Marlene. Like that.
No, I don't think so.
I'm going to let her know.
Yeah.
So are there any final words that you want to say to the audience out there at all?
I think the only thing I want to say, because I see this so often when I speak with clients and with people I know, and it is so much fear out there. So the last words I want to say is choose love instead of fear,
Mhm,
because it's only those two things that we have,
mhm.
fear or love.
Yeah.
And love is the only thing I think. So do that. Choose yourself, because when you choose love, you choose yourself.
Mhm.
So it's the same thing. That's my final words. It's amazing.
Oh, well, thank you so much for being, a guest on my podcast. I'm so happy that we had this chance to have a conversation. And I love the fact that you're continuing on with your journey and you discovered your purpose in life. That's amazing. So thank you so much. I just appreciate it. Thank you for being a part of my
Thank
team.
you, Shannan. Thank you for having me.
You are very, very welcome.
Yeah.